Grand rising, grand resurrecting, grand remembering, grand being, beautiful Vibrillionaire soul family, I am. Today is July 4th, and many people are celebrating with fireworks, with different pastimes. And this message is not to categorize or to minimize anyone. It is to reveal a grand reawakening that what are we putting our attention on? What are we focused on? Because 4th of July is not just to be celebrated one day a year. 4th of July represents something much more grander than one country, than one people, than one nation. It represents the independence of the soul. It represents those that are using their freedom to think for themselves, to feel for themselves, to love and live for themselves. Because if you ask yourself, why would any country, which this is not about, one being better than the other. This is about unity. This is about harmony. This is about getting at the root and the core of war, of conflict, of division itself. Why do we fight for our independence? Why do we think we need to fight for our independence? Why did we ever get convinced that we had to fight for some illusion of independence? Now, don't get me wrong. MiKaEl has tasted the cells of prison. MiKaEl has tasted the cells of division through gangs, through violence, through, even believing there were supposed enemies, but not realizing the enemy that had been created here by the belief that MiKaEl was not enough. Now I want to ask you this. Why do you think people in general fight for some belief of independence? We can say belief, we can say religion, we can say politics, we can say all these different things, but these are surface, superficial reasons. The true reason why, underneath all of it, is because we want our freedom. And what does that freedom represent? How many graveyards, how many cemeteries are buried? The people that died so that people gave their physical incarnation and sacrificed their existence so that you and I can have some kind of freedom. And what does this mean? Are you living your passion? Are you realizing your purpose? Are you embodying your truth? Do you even know who you are? Do you live day to day wondering what tomorrow brings? Do you live in constant fight or flight mode, in stress survival, which is the real scarcity of consciousness? It's not about your bank account. It's not about how good you look. It's not about how much you do. It's not about who you know. It's not even where you come from, what lineage, what race, what color. Independence has nothing to do with that. And as I'm hearing the fireworks in the background, I share a message every single year. Then when the fireworks go off, what is your energy focused on? Because you're programming the environment. And not just today, every day. If you knew how powerful in sovereignty that you are, you would never think that you need to fight for freedom itself. You would vibrate freedom. You would embody freedom. You would live freedom. Yes, even in a cell, in a 6x9 cell, MiKaEl found, for the first time, his freedom. Now, if MiKaEl can find freedom in a 6x9 cell, and from there forward, never waver from this path, no matter how hard it got, no matter how constricted, no matter how imprisoned MiKaEl thought he was, but all that hard work, it was so simple. So here's my point. Here's the point. Not my point. Here's the point. Are you really exercising your freedom, or only using today to say, Happy Independence Day? This is why MiKaEl doesn't celebrate holidays. MiKaEl celebrates Holy Day of Now. Every holiday that is celebrated, MiKaEl celebrates it every single day. And if you'd like to know more, message us, and we are creating a masterclass just on that specifics alone because of what transpired these last couple of days. Somebody asked MiKaEl, aren't you going to celebrate 4th of July? I said I celebrate it every day. Fireworks is not going to celebrate for me. It doesn't do anything for me. And if it does it for you, great. We're not telling you how to celebrate. We're not telling you what to do with your life. But we're asking you. We're encouraging you. We're inviting you. Tomorrow, as the fireworks dissolve and it resets the energy of the collective, not just in a country, but in a world, because shock waves permeate the entire field of I am. And fire purifies all energy. Alchemical fire is what we're witnessing. Now let me ask you this. What you're doing, is it contributing to the reawakening, to the remembrance, for someone to be able to be who they are? Or is it dividing? Is it causing more conflict? Is it causing more stress, more survival, more scarcity? And we ask ourselves this question as well because MiKaEl is speaking to himself on this video. Because MiKaEl keeps saying he's going to step up. And yes, MiKaEl has stepped up, but we're talking about stepping up. Because the message of freedom is not just to be shared on a video. It's to be embodied and it's to be shared with others. MiKaEl was not even going to record this video. MiKaEl's like, oh, I'll record it tomorrow. So are you exercising your freedom? I don't care what country you live in. No one can take your right away, your privilege, your existence away to think for yourself. Think for yourself. If you've never done this, just stop right now and say, I choose to think for myself. What do I choose to think? No matter what's going on around me, I can choose the thought that I think. Even if you have all this noise, and then touch your heart and say, I can feel for myself. And feel for yourself. And then choose to speak for yourself. And then choose to live for yourself. Because 4th of July is not one day a year to be celebrated. It is a daily practice to be embodied. How do you treat yourself? How do you speak to yourself? How do you see yourself in the mirror? That is the greatest freedom. Is your relationship with your reflection. Because the level of your relationship with your reflection is going to depend on, and it's going to manifest the level of the reflection that you see all around you. See, you're endlessly programmed to think that the more you strive out here, the more that you're informed, the more that you are endlessly entertained and distracted to knowing what's going on around you. But I want to ask you, how well do you know yourself? Know thyself and you shall know God. Not in an intellectual, not in an egotistical manner, but a surrendered, dissolved, embodied way of knowing who you truly are. And this is freedom. This is not just one day a year to say, I'm free. It's just like Valentine's. It's just like Christmas. We celebrate one day a year for what? To forget it 364 other days? How would you like to embody and live this life every single day of your life, even in the midst of storms? Because MiKaEl goes through storms. MiKaEl goes through all kinds of shadows. But guess what? The persona no longer has charge. Now I want to ask you this question. Does your persona, your personality, your identity, your perspectives have charge over your life? That's not freedom. That's an illusion of freedom. So when you drop into the heart of I am, or God, or source, or universe, because we are saying the same thing, but we're not saying a word individually. This is why we say I am. This is why we say presence. There is nothing that can tie the mind to this. And when you cannot tie the mind to something, it is free. It is liberated. So, this message, if it's reaching you, either today, tomorrow, or next year, because we share the message of fireworks every single year. And this message is not just about external fireworks. It's about the fireworks of your heart. Because your heart is lighting up every single day. It pulses life through your being. It vibrates your very existence. So when you feel this existence, when you vibrate this truth, when you dissolve as this remembrance, you will remember the very fabric of your nature that no textbook, no book, no video, nothing in life can ever show you what you can show you. And here's the last catch, because this is not about information, entertainment, or distraction. This is about embodiment. This is about invitation. This is about a welcoming. Vibrillionaire.com invites you to join us one-on-one, to join us in our group beta coaching program, to join us in our free community. Join us wherever you can. You're not alone. And be ready for the September convergence, because we're going to dissolve as the greatest fireworks of I am coming together, not as people, as vessels embodied in the ministry, in the mission, in the vibrational medicine that we bring, coming together as I am, seeing ourselves for who we truly are, not what we think and been told of what we are. This is the greatest life that I could ever have asked for. And I invite you all to give yourself the opportunity to just taste the deliciousness, or smell the fragrance, or feel the bliss of what is being spoken here today. This is the Vibrillionaire, Vibrillionaire, I Am Presence, Real Evolution Life, reminding you, encouraging you, inviting you, welcoming you to get off the bench of spectatorship, to get off the couch of endlessly seeking, searching, and striving for what you already are, and drop, surrender, and dissolve, and remember who you always have been. Tag, comment, friend, and connect with us, and share this message, and let the algorithms know that this is what you want others to hear. This is how we vote with our energy. What are you voting with? And last thing, because I said this is not to judge, this is just to invite. Let go of endless distractions, of seeking some external high, some external distraction, some external escapism or attachment of chasing something. And feel the existence of the presence of life itself that you already are. And if this sounds like this is just a dream, let me tell you, this is a reality. And it's showing up on your doorstep, through your device, knocking. Are you going to answer the call? Because you're not answering for us. You're answering for yourself. That's going to permeate for us all. Thank you. And until the next time, this is the Vibrillionaire, Vibrillionaire, I Am Presence, Vibrillionaire.com, Real Evolution, inviting you, mirroring you to remember who you are. Remember who you truly are. Remember who you truly are.